everybody. So I'm going to check all of these pints of black beans that I canned yesterday, and I'm really hoping that they all sealed. I used some Tadler lids, which are reusable. These white ones here, they're a reusable canning lid, and sometimes I have really good luck with those and sometimes I don't. So I'm concerned, but I only used some. I didn't I was scared with a batch of 32 pints that if I used them all, I have had like pretty much complete seal failures when it comes to those at times, and that's nothing against the seals. I'm sure it's user error, but anyway, I only did 10 out of the 32 in those Tadler lids. We're going to check them and see how it went. Nope, did not seal. As you can see, these are made up of a plastic lid and then a rubber ring, and you generally put that down on there and then use a standard metal ring on top. So that one's going back in the fridge. That one did seal. Great. All right, two. There's three. Good. So out of the 10 pints that I did in Tadler lids, these 3 did not seal, but these 7 did. So that could have been a lot worse. Now I'm going to check all the other standard seals and we'll see how those did. We're going to run our fingers over them, and if they pop up, that means they didn't seal.
Did seal.
Okay, just leave it there.
Did seal. Did seal. Did seal. Did.
Whoop.
Oh, this one.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Whoop. There's another one.
I'm gonna go through these one more time to just make sure, double check. Done.
Okay, now we have these 4 more over here. Check those 4.
Yep.
So how did they do?
Good.
Alright, so how many there did not seal on a Claire? Total. Those are the ones right there that didn't seal.
These 2.
Yeah, and plus the 3 Tadler lids.
Yeah. Sticky.
Sticky. I don't know that they're sticky, but they're certainly not clean. Okay, so 5 pints out of 32 total did not seal. So that's not bad. I'm glad for the ones that did seal, and the ones that didn't, they'll go straight to the fridge, and we will be using those within the next couple of days for some kind of meal. I'm not quite sure why I sometimes have a sealing problem and sometimes I don't, because I try really hard to follow all the instructions, and like the last time when I canned, I don't think I've videoed about this, but I canned 19 quarts of pinto beans using the same canner. I did not use any Tadler lids that time. I didn't want to just take the risk. I knew I had a better canning rate seal rate with the regular lids. So I used all regular lids, and every single one of those 19 sealed. So I'm not so sure what the problem is, but we just keep going and keep canning. Anyway, you know, don't give up. Just stick with it.
I need to show y'all something. Look at that. I have no idea what that is.
That, Anna Claire, is bacon grease that's solidified because...
Is it dry?
Well, it's not dry, but it's not liquid anymore. It
What is it?
It turns solid. It's just bacon grease like what we keep in the refrigerator. But we had some bacon on top of a salad last night, so it was cooked up and then nobody cleaned the pan. Does that ever happen in your house? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of greasy feeling. So I'll just turn the heat on low on that and just heat it back up just enough to melt it, which isn't very much. And then I'll strain it and put it in the fridge. And we use bacon grease all the time for everything.
Yeah, basically for everything.
So the blackberries that I bought a couple of days ago, we decided to put into this area where we used to have a pile of mulch. So I'm going to work on cleaning that out. And we've got some, I don't know what kind of weed it is, but it's something that has an immense root system and it's kind of difficult to get out. So I'm really trying to dig a lot of that out, and we're going to get these 5 blackberries planted in here. And I don't know that it's going to happen today, but Charlie's going to be working on eventually establishing a bed in here with some logs or something along those lines. And we definitely want plenty of room for more blackberries because it's going to definitely house more than 5. If anybody knows what this viney weed is, right there, I would love to know. This is it. You see how thick that root gets right there? This is a little bit of it that I just pulled out a little bit ago, and it breaks off when I pull it out, and so of course that's leaving more of it underground, which probably means it's just gonna continue to grow and propagate itself more. But anyway, I'd love to know what this is, so maybe I could finally get rid of it. This is our other nemesis, Bermuda grass. Discussing with Charlie where we wanted to put our blackberries and raspberries, I'm going to explain what we decided. Our raspberries tend to, in this area, zone 8A, northern South Carolina, they tend to not be in love with the hot weather. So, we got these plants from our friend Joel, and he grows them successfully. He's technically zone 7B, about an hour and a half north of us. And So his suggestion was to plant them maybe on the north side of the house or something along those lines where they'd get some sun, but not a ton, and, you know, just kind of be protected, especially from the afternoon sun that it gets so bad around here in the summer. Well, we're not in love with putting them on the north side of our house. It does get a lot of shade over there, not a lot of sun. It's not a great area. So we debated and hemmed and hawed, and we finally said, or Charlie finally suggested, why don't we put it inside one of these trellises? And we'll probably end up actually moving this trellis, but we have other trellises going this way, and we love planting on them. So, you know, during the summer, especially the heat of the summer, they're already gonna, the raspberries will be protected from the western sun because the trellises will be covered in beans and really be shading the raspberries. So we're gonna put them in this established portion of our garden where the soil's already amazing, and keep our fingers crossed that they do well for us here. All right, I got 5 in the ground, but some of them had several stalks and nice root systems, so I was able to separate a few of them out to make a couple additional plants. And now I'm gonna figure out what to do, where to plant those, because there was only room for 5 here. Lots of kids have fallen victim to whatever illness it was, that probably what I had. So I'm whipping up a batch of elderberry syrup. Okay, you just need 7 cups of water. Next you need 1 1/3 cups of elderberries, dried elderberries. 2 tablespoons of dried ginger. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And 1 teaspoon of cloves. Now I'm going to set this on the stove to boil. I'll whisk this together.
This time you make your comeback.